Hey guys, welcome to Lucky Lotus. My name is Brijesh.
I'm Jimmy. Thanks for tuning in. You can find us on X, Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Instagram,
Rumble, OnlyFans,
Facebook,
Only Toes. Bringing that back.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. And today we have somebody else joining us for
Returning guest
after very short notice too.
Love him or hate him.
He's back.
We saw the comments.
I told you I'd come back.
We saw the comments, LD, and I've got to ask you, a lot of people are asking, are the DMs open or closed?
Go and slide in there. I mean,
all right, you heard it here first.
You want to. At your own risk now.
All right, so you may recognize LD.
I will put his socials in there, and I'll put his number too.
You may recognize LD.
Let's not put my number in there.
Okay. You may recognize LD from coming on the podcast and telling some stories about previously being a Memphis police officer. We saw some comments. Thank you for all the comments and whatnot. If you have a question that you'd like to ask a police officer, or you have a Memphis police officer question, you can drop them in the comments on YouTube, Instagram, or Spotify. We'd love to answer those on our next episode. I feel confident saying, LD, this won't be the last episode you're on. So what are we talking about today, boys?
So first things first, so this is episode 31. We should have talked about Ancient Aliens episode 30, but Mr. Kevin Peace, who's going to be in the MMA, was on, so we had to make a couple of changes, little creative changes. And today, episode 31, we'll be talking about Ancient Aliens. But before we talk about anything,
sir, the question was, what is this episode about?
Ancient Aliens.
All right, there we go.
Okay, but before we talk about anything, we got to talk about Dr. Kumar.
Yeah, we'll absolutely talk about him.
We'll make this quick.
You feel very passionate about this topic also being part of the Kumar clan?
Yeah, well, okay, so, LD, you know where India Palace is, right?
I know.
So, you know the building, like, it used to be a women's health building right next to India Palace. It's like
to be.
an abortion clinic.
Okay.
So, it is, it is what it is. No judgment here. Do whatever you want to do with
It
your
is
bodies.
shut down. The whole shopping center shut down.
And it used to be a homeless encampment, too, and he helped me get rid of all the homeless people.
I had it,
How did you do that?
I emailed the mayor of the city and the county, and I said, damn, is this guy setting up a 5-bedroom, 3-bath over here? It was like, they had a tailgating tent, and they had 2 or 3 tailgating tents, an L couch, like a sectional couch, and then they were grilling bratwurst on the side of a shopping cart. Dude. And then they were also using the bathroom and throwing it on the ground in the parking lot.
It was absolutely beautiful to see, dude.
They walked up to Brijesh's brother, and the lady goes, I'm thirsty. And Brijesh's brother goes, I can get you a water. And she goes, I want a Sprite. And he was like, get the hell out of here, lady.
Dude, it's like, okay, I'll give you a samosa. I'll give you this and that. But it's like, you're doing too much. You are doing way too much. Let me see if I can find a video for you. If not, we can.
What video are you looking for?
I'm looking for the video that I made.
Well, per the bot accounts that are spamming us with pro Dr. Kumar content, he had more charges brought against him, and he had some charges dropped. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I think now he has a grand total of 17 indictments. And you can Google this, see if it's true or not.
17 indictments or 17 total charges? 17
total charges.
Got it. We just want to clarify for legality, and this is not legal advice, this is not financial advice, and this is all alleged.
And at the same time, let me just make this wholeheartedly clear. We're not coming after the family. We're not trying to make fun of the family who's involved in this at all. It really sucks that your husband was involved in this. This is not anything to do with the family.
We are reporting what is in the news. We're reporting the facts.
And I can imagine being an Indian, so Indian to Indian, how embarrassing this is.
You could imagine being an Indian. I could imagine being an Indian.
I can imagine you being Indian too.
Listen,
LD, you're one hat away.
I'm like one shade away.
No, dude, you are. You're right there.
Thought about it. Look at that. You can't even see the difference between me and you.
I stay in the shade. I'm a day walker. Or no, sorry, I'm a night walker.
I wouldn't know. I don't see color. All I see is clear.
Oh, God.
My favorite color is green for the money.
Ooh. Hey, we're open offers for sponsorships. Please send us sponsorships. But back to the bot accounts. Like, I understand you have to support them. These videos came out about 6 months ago?
Yeah, we don't need 20 comments that are pro this doctor that are posted on there. And then, it's all from mainly one account. There's a few other accounts. If you go onto that page, there are, I'm going to say this, AI videos of people that look like experts that are giving favorable pro opinions of this man.
Let me just give you a little tidbit of what this person said.
You can post it right here. You just need
I will.
to. We'll fix it in post print.
Dr. Kumar's positive energy heals hearts and minds. Blue Heart. With each Golden Doctor Award honor, he motivates others to give their best. Patients, students, and colleagues witness their tireless compassion. Our world is better thanks to his outstanding leadership. So, by leadership, I don't know if you want to take him as an example of what kind of doctor you want to be, because like he's shown us what.
Look, he's
a gynecologist.
Let's just stick to the facts, okay? It has been reported, and there are several other accounts that Brijesh can list or comments from these accounts, but we got spammed, we got mobbed, and we're not going to roll over.
No, not at all.
We will not be intimidated.
And they liked their own post too, dude. Check this out. They liked all their damn posts. But whatever.
Man, Brijesh really hates it when someone likes their own posts.
No, it is what it is. I understand you're trying to do PR right now and do a little bit of damage control, but at the end of the day, if the FBI is coming after your head, you're a gynecologist being Indian too. Bob's and Vagine, hashtag Bob's and Vagine.
Bob's and Vagine.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So
that's a local Memphis story. Another local Memphis story is they're suing to get the National Guard out of Memphis. We just had an episode with a former police officer. What do you guys think about the National Guard possibly being injunction to leave Memphis?
I mean, I think they're wasting their time.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know they brought the case in Nashville. There's likely that it will be appealed, but it will, I believe at the end of the month, the National Guard will be either asked to leave or forced to leave, but they could also just say, we're not going to leave.
Yeah.
Very similar.
I'm hoping for that third one.
This could go to the Tennessee Supreme Court.
Okay, so as a layman, telling you about my experience with the National Guard. So I haven't seen any National Guard, haven't been illustrated whatsoever.
I've seen mostly state troopers around.
And all I've heard from locals here in Memphis, they're very happy with the amount of, maybe not even National Guard, screw that, but a special task force that's been in Memphis has helped out a lot. And especially when it comes to crime, when it comes to like getting arrests. It's, isn't 201 Poplar overbooked right now? It has no
overbooked.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
should we get into Sallyport? One of the things I want to bring up about the National Guard that they had talked about, other than the question of do you want them here or do you not want them here, I feel like that's a very polarizing topic. Everyone's got an opinion on it in Memphis. One of the things that I don't think anyone should have a two-sided opinion on is the county of Shelby County, where Memphis is located, cannot run payroll for the end of the month without emergency funds being allocated. So you have people that may wake up that are Shelby County employees for the state of Tennessee that do not have payroll before their Thanksgiving. And one of the reasons that's cited is because $1.5 million is owed for the National Guard support that's in town. What they fail to mention in the majority of articles is they are short $40 million. So my question is, where is the other $38.5 million that they can't run payroll? And they're saying that they didn't collect enough money. So
you know where that money went, Matta. All those Mont Blanc pens.
No, that's Memphis. So you got to think to yourself, like, there clearly needs to be an audit about how you do not know 2 weeks before you have to run payroll that you have to run payroll. And everyone knows payroll runs the Monday before you get paid. So this has to be solved the Monday before Thanksgiving, the Monday before Black Friday.
Well, to me, that's probably the reason why they're suing, to get them out. They don't want them digging around. It's obviously been mishandled.
Quotes on obviously.
It's obvious the money's obviously been mishandled, and the more that you have the National Guard here, the more the federal government's going to be looking into it, and they're going to start pointing fingers at people.
It's almost like we shouldn't have bought a $40 million hotel downtown for the city of Memphis. It's almost like we should have budgeted $40 more million for police and for the jail and for crisis prevention and all this stuff, but we chose not to. Now I feel like the county is reaping what it's sowing.
So the hotel he's talking about is a Sheraton. That's our.
For those of you who don't know, it's owned by the city of Memphis.
Now it is, yeah.
And it's going to cost about $250 million to renovize and do everything else, like the upkeeping and everything else that goes in with it.
And they have a lot of hotel revenue that's leaving the city because we have such shitty hotels. And I've got no problem saying that. I know someone that stayed at one of the 4 major hotels downtown and they got bed bugs. They walked to the front desk guy, and he was like, "What do you want me to do about it? I'll just run the front desk."
Well, I mean, okay. When it comes to
Well,
front
you lived at the Bass Pro Shop there for a minute.
Shout out,
shout out,
shout out,
shout
Jeff
out
Collins.
BP, shout out BP,
Shout out
We
Daily
love you.
Memphian. We love that story. Everyone go look it up and pay $11.25 to see the story.
Listen. I cannot. Okay, can I tell you that's the first time he's went viral? Like, this was before we started the podcast. I just remember my aunt. My aunt had a story about Jimmy. Do you know this guy named Jimmy? He's living in a Bass Pro Shop. It costs about $11 to see the story, but I'm not going to look at it.
It was really weird. She printed out the story and made it like a centerfold and framed it in her house.
And that's when I knew. That's when I knew I wanted Jimmy on my team.
The real question is, let me ask you this:
It's still in there, probably.
Did we start?
Oh yeah.
Did we start making Lucky Lotus FM sexy calendars?
Yeah, you know what? Why not? I'm overweight.
I mean, you're already so nipple forward in this shirt, Brijesh.
Dude, stop talking about my nipples, dude. I could wear a white beater,
They're
but I
not.
just feel like
They're not. Don't look
You're
at
just
them.
excited.
Don't
man.
look at.
You're just excited.
LD came back. LD came back.
We said aliens, and he said, "Boink, boink, turkeys are done."
We're talking about aliens today. But yeah, so that's what's been going on in Memphis. National Guard to the Safe Task Force. Thank you for doing a great job. Sucks that we're in a huge deficit. I don't know how.
Let's not get around this. Did you like walk through like a freezer of the grocery aisle, or what's going on?
Is
over
it really
there?
done?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
No. He gaslit me in the last episode too. Here, one
No,
second,
it looks
one
fine.
second.
Did you hit him with the bloop?
You got the TC tugger. If you tug, it doesn't look.
Well, guys, how are you doing
You never
today?
seen TC Tugger from I Think You Should Leave?
Have you? Do you know?
I've seen the show, but I can't think of.
He makes like a little
sketch.
shirt that's got a toggle on it to like, like where a shirt's too tight and you go like this,
Oh,
like it's going to make
yeah.
a difference.
LD, this is why I'm happy you're here. Like the fact that I know no references that he's talking about whatsoever.
No reference.
Why don't you?
Sports.
Why don't you
Yeah.
take your off-brand Zen, your Diet Coke, and your Red Bull?
Listen, it's not off-brand. It's free Zen. Please sponsor us. I love you. 15 milligrams.
You know how they post those like infomercials that's like, if you buy this product, you can get free radicals out of your body. You're like killing them every day. There's no way you have any microplastics. They have to be drained out of your body through this mixture, this concoction.
They've been chelated out because of my Zen.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the topic. I'm going to put this back on and get serious.
Ooh.
Ancient
do it.
aliens were putting on the literal tinfoil hat.
So, with ancient aliens, there's so much we could talk about. First things first, do you believe in aliens?
Yes, I believe in aliens because the probability that they do not exist is astronomical compared to the probability that they do not exist is astronomical versus the probability that they do exist. It would be very weird from a binary universe standpoint that there would not be a single
Big
other
words.
life form.
What about you, LD? Do you believe in aliens?
I definitely think there's something. Whether they're aliens, interdimensional beings, demons. I mean,
Yeah,
no
I
telling
mean,
what they
okay,
are. There's
you know
something
what?
crazy going on.
Talking about demons, then the DOJ came out and said the reason why we're not investigating or like, getting too much into it is because they actually believe, and by demons we're talking about like Christian like understanding of demons, that they believe that this is demon technology. Do you think that could be like just one way of them avoiding the topic whatsoever?
Shoot, I don't know what to think of that. I mean,
You're just throwing out some crazy theory and be like, so what's your thoughts?
yeah, your
On the
thoughts.
demon-
Like, this is my
demon
first time
alien.
hearing this. I mean, being spiritual myself, like I feel like some of the stuff has been talked about in say like the Book of Enoch. Which, for those who don't know what the Book of Enoch is, it's it's a story that was in the Ethiopian Bible, which has been taken out from our Bibles now. But it's about Enoch, who is it's Noah's great grandfather. So it was written after the flood. He was basically escorted into heaven by angels. Gabriel. There was a few others that guided him, showed him where they stored the stars. Basically, told him the story about the watchers that God had on earth. Who guys know about the Book of Enoch?
I know that the Book of Enoch is one of the books that's kind of people are unsure if it should be in the Bible or not. Like in certain Bibles, the Book of Maccabees is not in the Bible. In certain Bibles, there are books that aren't in there. There are other books in the Catholic Bible that are not in the King James version of the Bible. I made the mistake one time at a Catholic school saying, what are those extra books in the Catholic Bible? And someone goes, they're not extra if they're supposed to be there. And I was like, oh, okay. But I know the Book of Enoch is in the Dead Sea Scrolls, but it's highly controversial whether or not it should be in the King James Bible.
Yeah, it's very controversial, mainly because, I mean, the stuff that it talks about is kind of almost sci-fi, science fiction like.
Yeah, because what was it like? He saw a burning sphere or come down from heaven, basically, and then on top of that, it was the way he described technology. It made no sense for 2,000 years ago. We never had a burning sphere coming down from heaven.
Yeah, so what Enoch explains is that he was basically taken up by the angels. He's basically like a tourist for them. The angels were showing him everything, explaining how everything works, basically. That's where he got all the different technologies and stuff from. And then they were explained about the watchers that, watched the humans who eventually came down, had sex with the females, all the baddies down here at that time.
You're talking about the Nephilim, right?
Yeah, they ended up giving birth to Nephilim, which that was supposed to be the reason for the flood, was to get rid of all that.
Yeah. So before we had NBA, we had the Nephilim. Basically, right?
Yeah, I think they were a little bit bigger, though.
Yeah.
I think they were a little bit bigger.
It's really weird, the story of the flood, because every civilization has their own story of like the great watering or the great flood and whatnot. And then like when you talk about the flood, it seems crazy, but then at one point, like right around the time that Noah would have existed, the Mediterranean, in the center of the Mediterranean would have been land, and then it broke and the ocean shot into the Mediterranean Sea, which used to just be a basin.
So he's talking about the Strait of Gibraltar. So that's between Spain and Morocco, that little isthmus right there, that little waterway. Yeah. And they were saying like when it flooded, quote unquote, basically in a matter of days, everything that was there in that basin was completely underwater. And that's another thing when it comes to like ancient aliens or ancient humans. It's if you think about it, if human civilization. So a little bit of backstory, because I'm a biology major. So
how's that degree treating you?
Doing a podcast. There we go. Using it right here. So genetically, the type of humans we are right now, we've existed for 50,000 years. And if you think about like, when I mean the type of humans we are right now, the same brain waves, the same like type, like we can still talk the way other people talk. We existed for over 50,000 to 300,000 years. Wikipedia, you can look this up, whatever.
And, Wikipedia, a reliable source.
And one of the craziest things is
go fund it.
If you really think about it, like our civilization, quote unquote, has existed for 6,000 years, 7,000 years, and to like look at the entire humanity and like how long we've existed, it's kind of hard to believe that this is only the first time that we've reached this type of technological height.
Yeah.
So it's. I don't know how to describe it. Like we can talk about the pyramids, we can talk about Göbekli Tepe.
What would you do if your home flooded today?
Nothing.
I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd call Vincent Smith at Remax Experts for all your real estate needs. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned investor, or if you need to move out of your current pad to change of scenery. Vincent is a lifelong Memphis area native, licensed in Tennessee and Mississippi. He can help you navigate the tricky market like an expert. Call Vincent, your trusted friend in real estate, today at 901-240-8274 anytime, and he will take great care of you and treat you like family. Call Vincent today.
Thank you, Vincent.
So go ahead.
But the reason I wanted to bring it up is because we were talking about, of course, aliens, where they come from, that demon technology. I mean, whenever God flooded the earth, he also, he imprisoned them here in earth somewhere. It says deep in earth, because they pled their case to Enoch to go talk to God. And then, so God pled their case, tried to apologize for him, and God was basically like, nah, I'm good.
Yes, you gotta wonder if that means like, is there truly hell on earth? Is hell on earth? Is it inside the earth? That would make sense because the earth is hot. Just from a standpoint in the center. Yeah. I know someone's going to be like, is it though? Is it?
I thought it was flat.
One of the things I want to go to, like where they talk about like in Genesis, and they talk about like Methuselah and Adam and his offspring and X, Y, and Z, and they're talking about it in Enoch for the flood and whatnot, is also that we know scientifically there used to be a canopy around Earth that had, we didn't have seasons and we didn't have rain. So you can imagine explaining to someone that doesn't know what rain is, like, hey, I'm building a ship. Y'all better get in it. And then everyone's like, this guy's an idiot. Water's going to fall from the sky. Are you stupid? And then the canopy broke, which flooded. But we know that happened because there's red clay all around the earth where there would have been a very large flood. And then we also know that from the fact that we know that the canopy broke. But if we did have the canopy, radiation is what makes the body age for a lot of stuff. And so if we didn't have radiation, in theory, we could live a longer amount of time. I'm completely butchering this theory, but that's what I mean.
In the Bible, also, those people were living until
200-300 years.
300 years.
They're also eating crickets, locusts.
So okay, I've heard that theory in Bible study when I was like much younger. Yeah, like growing up in the South, no matter what your age is, you're always gonna have Bible study no matter what happens.
Did you guys go to Sunday school just to get more sales at Indian Pals?
Dude, we did what we had to do. So So I don't know about the canopy that surrounded the Earth, but
They call it something else.
It's like an atmosphere. So don't think of it think of it as like a water vapor canopy, like an extra layer of protection for the atmosphere. But that's like why your paint rusts on your car, why it fades because it's UV damaged.
okay, so I can't talk to that, but I can talk to the fact that can you imagine ice shelves about 2-3 miles high, like almost like reaching the upper like atmosphere, and basically Graham Hancock, shout out Joe Rogan. So Graham Hancock was talking about there's a theory, younger dry ass impact theory. Dry ass.
Younger dry ass theory. Younger dry ass theory.
So basically what we were talking about is like each year or like each couple of decades, like we've been impacted by asteroids nonstop. We're always in the shooting gallery. And so what had happened, have you heard of Tunguska, the impact? So this happened in Russia. This happened maybe 50, 60 years ago, where there was a meteor that exploded before it had like impact on the Earth. It for 200 miles, everything around that area was completely flattened. So they have like actual like archaeological like evidence. So this happened recently. So what the theory goes is that you have these ice shelves, because we're coming out of an ice age, that what had happened is that these asteroids that impacted, they melted the ice shelves, and that's what caused an increase in water like levels. Mm-hmm. Because outside of even Noah, you have people in Norse mythology to Indian mythology to like even in Aztec, everybody talked about a flood that happened. Because you can imagine if you're gonna make a kingdom, the best place to make it is near like water. Have like open water routes, whatever.
Yeah.
But you never think that it's going to like increase by 15, 20, 30 feet. So it's like we're impacted or bombarded by asteroids all the time. You can see that like these ice shelves that existed too that no longer exist now, how like they store so much water. You can also see that, hey, like at the end of the day, like if you got asteroids hitting this, like it's going to do something.
Yeah.
It's like call back to the Ice Age, call back to remember the movie where the squirrel was like
He was called Ice Age.
Over the hedge.
Yeah.
Are you talking about over the hedge?
He's the reason why. He's the reason why we had flooding.
Yeah, you kind of remind me of that
Chippendales?
or the sloth.
But back to Enoch, like that's the most famous biblical like account of story of it sounds like a UFO by all accounts.
We talked about the two other ones. So, like, if Enoch got taken to heaven, the other two people who were taken to heaven and did not die would have been Ezekiel, who also references, like, this thing with a giant amount of eyes and feathers came down and, like, picked me up, and there was fire everywhere, which sounds like a combustion, like, like a planetary engine, like a spaceship landing and being like, but that would be, like, the equivalent of, like, bringing back, like a Hellcat back then. They'd be like, there was this beast that was made of metal and shot flames.
No, because even in like Indian mythology, so we have these things called Vimanas. So these are
educate me.
They're depicted as like chariots that fly throughout the sky, but so
I don't believe you're pronouncing that correctly.
Vimanas?
But it's Vimanas.
Yeah, Vimanas. Sorry, Joe Rogan. Sorry. But back to Vimanas. It's if I asked you to describe an iPhone to me, say like technology goes like out of date today, 60 years from now, tell me what an iPhone was. How would you describe it? Like a rock that you could use to talk to other people all across the world, right?
So like an all-knowing brick.
All-knowing brick. We have no contact. It sounds like magic. So back then, they would talk about these chariots that were like flown through the sky by horses. You and I both know horses don't fly, but that's the best way you can describe a flying vehicle. It's like there's something that's comfortable. Yeah. So it's just like back to even Ezekiel or Book of Enoch. It is
also Elijah.
It's just crazy to think about. Like what
if the truth has been in front of us all this time?
LD, speaking of that, like it almost seems like sometimes like there's a feeling like, and I know that other people feel this in humanity where like you feel like you're being watched, but you're by yourself, like almost like you're in your own version of the Truman Show. But that would lead a lot of credence to it. What you were talking about in the book of Enoch with the watchers that he says, it says that there are people here to watch us.
And would you be surprised? Like,
What?
here, let me give this back.
Yeah, it's so hot.
Yeah.
I look like Chef from South Park, but with a tinfoil hat.
But it's
I also kept it open so they could still hear what I was saying.
with the amount of sci-fi you've seen. Like, would you be surprised that there's something out there like that right now watching us?
No, not at all.
It's no matter what we say about the human species, we are very different than anything that exists on Earth. The fact that we have conscious thought, the fact that we have Facebook, Instagram. I know it's not like high technology, but dude, we have Wi-Fi, and like, how do you explain that? And on top of that, when you have like interdimensional aliens, even if we're in like the metamorphosis of whatever we become next, why would you not want to observe that and make sure, hey, we have nukes, we can kill each other, we can kill you, with an atom.
That's usually where most of the UFO sightings are, around nuclear plants.
Yeah, because like if we're being observed, like Joe Rogan always makes the jokes, they're like, these apes have harnessed the ability to destroy their atmosphere. Something has to be done. Before we move on, what is your favorite part or favorite theory from the Book of Enoch?
My favorite theory is probably, I mean, just the fact that, you know, the angels, like they loved our women just like we do.
Well, it says that we were created.
They loved our women just like we do. They came down, they were watching us and they were like, you know what? I need to come talk to some of these baddies.
They came down. They're like, "Damn!"
Like, dang,
God's creations, dude.
God knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he did work with these.
Well, no, that
couldn't.
We talk about the Nephilim, right?
What do you got for this Ancient Aliens episode?
Well, dude,
Which you got like 20 topics.
I do. But before we talk about that, the Anunnaki, we have to mention Anunnaki.
Well, mention it.
Okay, so the Planet X, whatever. These were 8-foot tall aliens, blue colored, that came down. They
blue collar aliens.
Blue colored.
They're all tradesmen.
No blues.
All work hard.
They were all in unions. If you could make an AI of the Anunnaki being in a union, that would be great.
Yeah.
What teams to through and through, baby?
You have Anunnaki, who are basically advanced aliens that came to Earth and they harvested our resources, gold, like specifically, and they what they did, quote unquote, was upgrade the Homo sapiens to be more genetically like smarter and more superior because we make good slaves. That's what Anunnaki's theory is.
To harvest the gold.
To harvest the gold and whatever else, and then eventually the reason Anunnaki left is. They're the ones who caused the flood, blah, blah, blah. Just because they saw humans were getting crazy, everyone's like wilding out. But it's from them comes, you've heard the story of Gilgamesh, right?
Educate me.
Gilgamesh is the first story of a hero. It is literally the basis of all Greek mythology is based on a hero. The Epic of Gilgamesh is how people start a story to base it on the hero. It's the original hero story, and he even interacts with someone that they believe to be Noah in the story of Gilgamesh. And it's one of the oldest Sumerian texts that's on cuneiform. That's like where you press into it. It's like one of also the first written texts to ever be discovered is a fictional, what they said was a fictional account, or was it about a real person?
And you want to talk about like really weird stuff? So all our languages can be like traced back. So from Sanskrit to Latin to everything can be traced it can be traced back to like Ethiopia and to like the Middle East area. But cuneiform was so different from everything else. It made no sense. How'd you come up with your own language? How'd you do this and that? And Gilgamesh, basically, he was 2/3 God and a 1/3 man. And it's, I guess, a highlight of his story. He started off as an anti-hero. He was king of kings. But, okay, you know how, like, aliens love cracking baddies? Gilgamesh was cracking baddies on wedding nights, dude.
Golly.
On wedding nights, he was like going and cracking them, blessing them, quote unquote blessing. He became so much of a threat that they prayed to the gods hey, like, I can't watch my daughter get cracked on her wedding night.
I don't know if we need to leave that in. Brijesh.
well,
Please.
So basically,
Gilgamesh.
They sent,
Sounds like a big douche.
dude. He was a big douche. So what they did to punish him was send somebody of equal strength to come fight him. But he ended up becoming best friends with them. And then, long story short,
They start cracking baddies together. They
yeah,
start running
they
two
started
man.
cracking. Dude, they were. This was Brokeback Mountain.
I'm sorry.
This is Brokeback Mountain. They were cracking each other. Man.
Oh, never mind.
And this was. Listen, they were ahead of their time.
Yeah, they were best buds.
They were-
Brijesh wants us to imagine Gilgamesh that someone looked like Brad Pitt, but really he might have just looked like Modi.
Yeah, Modi and Gandhi were like getting at it, dude, cracking each
Stop,
other back
stop.
to back. Listen, we're on this podcast.
Okay,
we're not
we'll
a fan of Gandhi.
This is actually extremely hot, so I'm going to take it off after I bring up this topic. But I think a big part about like aliens or interstellar or just weird stuff is theories that the universe is all interconnected. Like it's more connected, like the same way that the end of Interstellar, where he starts hitting the book or he stops the watch, is connected and whatnot. And they actually have a theory for it called the Rupert Sheldrake William McGoogle theory, which is they said that if you had a rat on the East Coast and you put it in a maze and it solved that maze, the rat on the West Coast could solve it faster than the rat on the East Coast could solve it. After the original one had cracked the code for it. This has been disproven and debunked, but if you move to rats, these are all inventions that were invented at the same time that they were going on. So it just seems odd. So like the telephone, we know that it was invented by Alexander Graham Bell, but then also another guy named Elijah Gray both submitted patents for telephones on February 14th, and they filed them hours apart.
So, like, when it comes to duality, you're talking about, I was about to say Nicolas Cage.
Well, I got like 5 more inventions if you want me to finish this thought.
Yeah, hit it.
Isaac Newton and Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, that's not how you say it, independently developed calculus, the thermometer. At least 6 different inventors, Galileo and Sanatori, submitted patents within a century of each other, never to be recognized. The electric telegraph, 5 separate inventors, Samuel Morse and Charles Wheatstone, developed them between the 1930s and 1940s. Chloroform, I'm not going to read the names, and then also the syringe were all invented within months of each other from people that had never met. And this has occurred, I believe, as late as the 50s, where 2 people on separate parts of the United States that never met each other came up with the exact same idea and met at the patent office.
And this is true to like the theory of evolution too. The guy who came up with the theory of evolution, there was another person who was maybe like 10 years younger than them, also came up with the same theory. And they presented it at the same time, but because Charles Darwin had more leeway with the clerk or like whatever, he got his theory passed before.
So what you're saying is he might have cracked the clerk.
He might have. There was a lot of cracking going on.
Yeah,
back
a lot
then,
of
dude.
cracking.
But no, it's crazy to think when it comes to like knowledge, like where like most of these inventions. We like talk about Nikola Tesla. He's talking about how like I got these theories through like a dream, basically. Like how these theories are kind of like they're ever present, but if you're in the right state, you can like receive the messages that you need to receive.
Brijesh, that was the Anunnaki point from you.
Yes.
LD, what else you got lined up? And then we'll go back to Brijesh and back to me.
All right.
Back to back.
Next thing, we were talking about being watched. Have y'all ever heard of remote viewing?
Yes, I've heard about it. I know very little about it.
So remote viewing is basically what Eleven does in Stranger Things,
Yeah.
where she like goes outside of her body and is able to see different things. And a guy by the name of Ingold,
Do you think it's? Do you think we won't cut this out? Do you think it's a learned skill, or you think it's something you're born with?
So the CIA project is Project Stargate is what he was a part of. The guy's name's Ingold Swan.
Yeah.
And this is around the 1970s when he was working with the CIA. He was a claimed psychic. They first brought him on, got him to look out into space. He was telling them that there's a ring around Jupiter. And then they were able to get shots of Jupiter. They didn't see a ring, so they're like, oh, you're full of crap. So a few years later, they got some more shots, found that because of the gravitational pull of Jupiter, there was like a bunch of rocks ringed around Jupiter.
Yeah.
So then they brought him back in. And the CIA agent was basically like, we want you to look at this spot in the moon. So he looked at the spot, looked like the moon, then he gave him another direction on the dark side of the moon. Now, when he projected himself out to that side of the moon, which he's written this all down in his book. He said it looked like a construction site.
Yeah.
It looked like a construction site. He was walking to go take a look. There was like a dome that was glass.
Looked like a mushroom or something.
Yeah, like
right?
a mushroom. And he goes up to the window and sees a bunch of little gray figures, and they're basically just working. And he like looks up at the glass, and all of a sudden they stopped working, and they just looked at him, and they knew he was there. And so he's talking to the CIA agent of what he's seeing, and when he tells him this, he's like, "All right, pull out now." So he pulls out, and then he tells the guy, he's like, "You knew that they were telekinetic. You knew that they could."
They were looking.
Way.
You were looking at them. They were looking right back at you.
Yeah, he's like, "You knew they could do that," and he's like, "That's enough for today."
Imagine the CIA agent just rips his mask off, and he's one of the gray aliens. He's like, "Well done, well done."
Yeah.
No, I mean, speaking of the gray aliens, it's you're talking about the dark side of the moon. So the reason why it's called the dark side of the moon is because the moon is geolocked with the Earth, and where it does not rotate. So we only see the front side of the moon. It doesn't rotate like on its axis like the Earth does. So you only see the front side. And then it's like, Swan was not the only person that reported on this. There were multiple other people that talked about, hey, like the dark side of the moon, there's like shit going on. You need to go check it out.
Are you sure this didn't have to do with Pink Floyd?
Maybe.
You know, Dark Side of the Moon
Maybe.
album. You have no idea. You have no idea.
No,
what I'm talking
I do.
about. Name one song from that album.
Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Dark Side of the Moon.
You couldn't even tell me what the album
Baby, it's
cover
so
looked
dark. It looks like
Pink? Was it pink?
No.
Was it the prism, right? The
Yeah, it's the prism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the prism.
Yeah,
At least know that.
Listen, when I took my citizenship test, they asked me about the Pink Floyd.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
That's
how American are you, really? But back to that, like it's you. When it comes to like remote viewing, it wasn't. It's not just like a BS story. The CIA put a lot of money into this remote viewing.
They're still
project.
doing it.
Yeah.
There was a guy on Rogan the other day. What was his name? Hal Puthoff.
Yeah.
Physicist that was talking about it.
Yeah.
And he was going into pretty good detail on there about how they do it. And they also have like a school for blind people.
Yeah.
Where they, of course, they've trained the teachers who aren't blind. They'll cover them up, and then they'll be like, "What does this card say?" And they'll be able to tell them somehow. So I don't know if they're related or what.
The craziest story, like of course, the dark side of the moon. That's crazy. But another one was like one of the students from the school. They also remote viewed a USSR like naval submarine, and they gave them exact details how big the submarine is. Where
that's what they use it for now. Is basically spying on other people.
And you can imagine like if the CIA is crazy, but if by the off chance your enemies are remote viewing, you want to be on top of that.
Which you can look this up on CIA.gov.
Yeah.
Project Stargate is what it's called. And
Yeah. What do you guys think about the theory of them remote viewing and protecting sites? Like they have remote viewers protecting from remote viewers. Like they say that everyone knows where the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia, and they have like a legion of people, like a Justice League that prevents the Legion of Doom from accessing the Ark of the Covenant, astral viewing it.
Like
I hope it's true.
I wonder if our tax dollars are going somewhere.
Between that and the Epstein files, I just don't even know.
Oh, okay. A little side tangent, listeners. This is my little theory, but I think we're gonna get the Epstein files by the end of the year.
You heard it here first. Put a bet in Polymarket and Kalshi.
Yeah, because I really think once Bubba and that story came out,
If you don't, Brijesh will refund you an Indian Palace food.
I will. So what's the story between Bubba and Donald Trump?
We're not going into that.
We're not going into that.
We're not going to go.
Okay,
into that.
we don't have to go into that. But
We're
basically,
not going to go into that.
Bubba.
Yeah, but
We're not going to go into that. We're going to stick to this.
That's
is
a crazy
This
theory.
is the ancient aliens. This is the conspiracy U.S. government theory and whatnot. Let's
You're
stick
right.
to
Yeah,
the
ancient
topic.
aliens.
You had a theory about the moon that it was hollow, right?
yeah. So it's not just the first. The reason why I think it's hollow is in the 1960s, Soviets shot a rocket into the moon, and it rung like a bell. And usually, when you have a solid piece of matter, it's not supposed to ring or like the size.
Did they hear it ring?
They have like seismometers
Come on,
the
ring
moon.
that bell. Light the
Where
Christmas
I guess
tree.
like from the data that they got, it was like it shouldn't have been vibrating as much as it was
Yeah.
vibrating, and it kind of just indicated that if it's hollow, there's a lot of pockets inside the moon that are like they're hollow. That could be excavated, could be like whatever. Because even now, the U.S. government, Chinese government, hell, like any superpower is trying to get to the moon as quickly as possible to like assert dominance. Because there's a lot of material on the moon that we can mine, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
So we'll go to me, and then we'll go to LD, and then back to you.
Okay.
I've got another moon theory. This isn't a theory. This is just a crazy government project that was out there about the moon. They wanted to do this operation called Operation Starfish Prime, and the whole plot of it was they were going to nuke the moon. Why do you think the U.S. government would nuke the moon?
Why?
All they wanted to do was so that when the Soviets woke up and went to bed that night and they went to see the moon at night, they would see a mushroom cloud on the moon and know the U.S. did it and they were more powerful than them. This was a real project that, well, like John F. Kennedy was like, no, I don't think we should do this. And everyone was like, John, you got to do it.
You gotta do it, John.
The Bay of Pigs, you must invade.
Man, listen, these are talking about the Bay of Pigs. Dude.
We're not gonna. But
We're
I'm
not-
just saying.
oh, stop saying
this was the
keywords.
same. This was the same thing where like they just had all these dumb ideas where they're like, we should kill Fidel Castro and we should attempt it 127
Dude,
times.
127 times. Can you imagine?
I don't know if that's the number, but it's over 100 that he was attempted assassinated and did not die.
One of the
Like
most-
he makes Trump look very small in the amount of assassinations that have been missed.
Because what was it like? One of them was like a spike his milkshake with like radium or something,
Yes,
right? Where
just
like,
crazy stuff.
yeah, and that didn't work either.
They like tried to honeypot him, and the lady actually fell in love with him. Shout out, it wasn't Justin Trudeau's mom.
Dude, listen, Castro had an insatiable appetite for women.
Okay. Between this and Gilgamesh, I'm done talking about people. Brijesh was like, these guys pull.
Human history, there's been a lot of cracking back.
Yeah.
Dude, from God
of cracking.
to like what is it, Gilgamesh to Castro.
Everybody falls to it.
Yeah,
Everybody falls
But the Anunnaki.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
They couldn't
that's
resist.
my Anunnaki. So back to you.
No, I've already just done mine for Starfish Prime. You clearly weren't listening. Now we're back to LB.
Starfish Prime.
Which I thought you were joking there.
No,
when
no,
you
no.
said Starfish
Let me
Prime.
verify that's the name of the operation now that we've talked about it for 5 minutes. I'm almost positive I'm right about
Well,
this.
when you talk about like operation names, do you know CIA had a operational name for? Okay, so the name of the operation was Weeping Angel, and do you know what it was? So your screens, your TVs would have recording device inside the TV where it would like watch you, and I just like whoever's getting paid to come up with these names, it's badass as hell. Weeping Angel. to
Yeah,
like,
they got some good operations. That
Yeah.
is pretty wild. But yeah, the next thing I was going to talk about was Project Bluebeam, which is a conspiracy that's been popping up on my feed here lately, basically saying that NASA is going to project holograms to make it think that we have aliens to create an uproar in the world in order to create this new world order, which with every conspiracy, that's what they have. It's like, how are they going to make the new world order? Which this one kind of makes sense.
It like when it comes to like
If anything were to bring us together, it would be that.
you would think it would bring us together
alien
because
threat.
it's like going deeper into Project Bluebeam. They're talking about
However,
how
I'm going to try to join them. And be like,
you've got like a specific holographic figures coming down. So like in the U.S. it would be like Jesus comes down, like tells you, hey, like rapture is coming. But then in India it'd be Krishna.
Which I've been seeing a bunch of like fake videos saying that the rapture has been happening and all other stuff. So
Yeah, I mean,
which I think that's where that Project Bluebeam is starting to start trending.
This will trend back into it, but I want to make this clear. Operation Starfish Prime is where they detonated a nuke into the atmosphere. Part of it, which was a separate project, they wanted to do Project A119, where they nuked the moon for everything that I just said to scare the Soviets. Project Starfish Prime was where they nuked it in the Van Halen belts, and it caused a hue over it like Project Bluebeam, and they know why that was done. Now, people say it was Project Bluebeam, and they have a high energy weapon. But I just want to clarify that for everyone that's going to roast me.
you know what? Okay, when it comes to Starfish Prime, I think I remember what you're talking about. It was like over the coast of Hawaii, and like when the bomb went off, it destroyed all the like. So most effective damage you can do to a country is not drop a nuke on it, but drop it in the atmosphere because it destroys all the electromagnetic technology that you have inside the country.
You're right. It blew out all the streetlights in Honolulu, triggered burglar alarms, and damaged all cell phones and knocked out all microwave links.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess maybe they did it once and they were like, then the Van Halen. So it's Van Halen, that radiation belt is probably like one of the biggest reasons we've never been back to the moon is because you're doused with so much radiation in between getting to the moon. That's not even worth it. You're going to come
Do you
back
think we've been to the moon?
That's a great question. So if you would have told me that as a kid, I would have been like, no way. But then you listen to Joe Rogan explain it for about 10 minutes, and I don't know, man. Like, did it get filmed by Stanley Kubrick in a place, and it just slowed down? Because if you speed it up a little bit, it looks like they're on wires just bouncing around in a studio in L.A.
So I think we did go to the moon just because humanity rocks. But at the same time, what he said, I think it was probably all the footage. Because if this radiation was as bad as they were talking about, how did any of the film actually pick up on the images?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, U.S. is the only people who have sent people to the moon. They have sent,
far as we know.
Far as we know.
Yeah.
Apparently, they plan on going back here in the next few years in order to plan a trip to get a little bit further.
Hashtag Project Artemis.
Which I wonder why that's why Elon Musk is coming up with these robots. And is that what they're going to send in a building up there? But anyways.
I saw somebody online talking about why does Elon do what he does? Because if you went to Mars, what do you need on Mars to build the structure? Robots. If the robots got to move around on Mars, what do they need? Electric cars because a combustion engine won't work. If we did go to the moon or to Mars, do you think we'd live on Mars or do you think we'd live in tunnels? What does he do? He has a tunneling company.
Yeah.
So all of his companies have something, and then not including SpaceX.
The way I see it when you bring up that point is that I see him as Rockefeller, how he came, during the Industrial Revolution, how he was the one who laid down the railroads and was responsible for that. I feel like what the billionaires right now are doing are they're laying down railroads to get to space, to get to anywhere else. And
I think you're thinking of Vanderbilt for the railroads, but I don't want
Vanderbilt. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to correct you on
Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, all them were involved too.
You're talking about the barons,
the rich and profitable. But I don't know, dude. My whole ethos on Elon Musk has changed recently. It's okay, I love what he's doing, but at the same time, it's you can also see okay, dude, you're just a nerd. You gotta calm the fuck down.
What's back to you, big boy? What do you got? What do you want to talk about? You got 7 topics. You got to pick one of them.
So we were talking about Project Bluebeam recently. What happened in 2019, 2020? You've heard about the New Jersey drones, right?
I have not.
Okay, so
those are those drones at the beginning of the year when Trump got elected that Joe Biden was like, we couldn't release what they were. We can't say what they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
And people, when they sent drones up there, civilian drones, it would shoot out the battery on the drone and the drone would fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically it was what was that Chief Keef song? I'm going to blow up New Jersey.
No. How do you know that song, but you can't name a Van Halen song? You can't name...
Because it was hilarious because it was Chief Keef is the one who sent these drones from New Jersey. He's about to blow up But, okay, the crazy thing about the drones were they saw... So aircraft here, today, they have lights that indicate that it's an aircraft, blah, 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 whatever. These drones that were hovering, they're staying in one location for multiple hours to minutes, whatever. They also had these indications on. So no one actually came out with a description. Even Trump was I can't tell you what these drones are. But it kind of speaks to the fact that it wasn't a DOJ. I think it was a DOJ that came out and said we have 7 aircrafts that we have we have intercepted or that we have in our arsenal that are not from this world. This is the DOJ coming out and saying that we have aircrafts that are not from this world.
I've also heard that whenever you join the Air Force, they brief you on these aircrafts as well.
Yeah, they used to have a 1-page or a 1-chapter manual and whatnot about them. And we talked previously about the TikTok, but that's actually a patent that's been released from one of the U.S. companies that they have a TikTok ship, and it starts with Gunneth something. I think
I know what you're talking about.
Somebody in the comments
TikTok
mentioned it a few weeks ago. If you know what we're talking about, please drop it in the comments.
But even these TikToks, Tic Tacs, sorry, not TikToks. These Tic Tacs, there is a protocol in the Navy's, like Navy pilots, how to avoid them, how to stay out of their range and everything. But it goes back to like...
Didn't we try to shoot one here recently?
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we
came
tried
out
to...
with the Senate. That,
yeah, there was a whole video of it. They shot it, and it just... it just kept going.
The Hellfire missile
Yeah.
got caught in its gravitational field, and the missile itself exploded, but did no damage to the drone whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it kept like if you saw like what was happening to the missile, the like debris got caught into its gravitational pull
And just went with it.
Yeah, just went with it. But it's just like goes back to you have people like okay, you have Lockheed Martin, you have Raytheon, these companies. So they say the reason why we can't have disclosure is because these companies were allowed access to these materials before any other company, and then you're looking at a lawsuit out of like gigantic proportions like coming out.
Greedy people.
Yeah,
always ruining
there's a
stuff.
theory that Northrop Grumman is the major producer of aerospace and defense contracts, and they actually own the patent on the TikTok aircraft and whatnot. And they believe that it's made in a facility called Plant 42 in California. That's a black site project.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, let's be honest. When you look at the military, it's like the tech you see, they're always like 10 years ahead. What is it, like 10 years or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's people in the CIA that say they had like iPad and Apple Watch technology in the 1970s. So like we're getting the stuff that the military already has, and they're like, what's the applications? But like we see that all the time with like the way that they do Dippin' Dots. Like Dippin' Dots was made for space, but now it's like used to freeze food. It's a way to freeze it.
You've heard of DARPA, right?
Nope.
DARPA. So DARPA is the it's the quote unquote like the evil scientific branch of the government. They came up with the internet. They made the internet, the World Wide Web. They've come out with GPS. They came out with cell phone technology. They came out with
AI.
I wouldn't be surprised. So it's
AI.
basically like what they work on is like what we get as civilians is always going to be like 10, 20 years down the road.
Yeah.
What they have like beforehand.
I wonder what their schedule looks like as far as like, all right, we're going to drop this on in
Oh,
2027.
You know, you want to know what their schedule looks like? Check out the Senate and their stock prices and like what they're investing in. That's what their schedule looks
There
like.
you go.
That's how they.
The thing about it though is like it has to be incredibly scary to work on a project like that. Then nobody talks about it, and then even if they think you're going to talk about it, they probably kill you.
Oh yeah, dude.
And they give you like fake information too to see if you're talking about it.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
We got aliens in the back.
Yeah.
And
I
then
know.
someone's like, I've seen the aliens.
Elon Musk was talking about this, that someone was like leaking information from the company. So what they did was they sent an email out to every single like employee that they had. But what they did was they like their spacing in each letter was like different, so they knew like
Which email it went to. Yeah.
And so they kind of figured out like who's like sending information to China, who's sending information to like wherever else. But I wouldn't be surprised, dude. It's like you have the Clinton kill list. You know, shout out Clinton kill list.
You're going too much into the government. This is the Ancient Aliens episode.
I know, but it's like they're so intertwined, dude. When it comes to technology like this,
They are.
you know,
I mean, aliens could be tied into so much stuff, even occultists.
Yeah.
You know, like people that sacrifice goats and crap like that,
Dude.
them trying to summon things.
yeah, like you have what are those like islands called where you have those shipping cargo religions?
Archipelago?
Archipelago.
No, that's what island. It's a group of islands. Just called.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Where
No, I have no idea what the hell you're
so
talking
during
about.
World War II, when the U.S. Was trying to invade Japan, there were like islands inhabited by like humans, and these cargo planes would like show up, and these tribes of uncontacted people would like start praying and making like effigies of these like planes, hoping that they came back down to Earth, or like came and visited them. But I would not be surprised. Like we're smart, but when you compare it to like intergalactic levels of smart, we're pretty
Yeah, we're probably pretty far away.
fucking yeah, we're stupid as shit.
Yeah, you say that. Yeah, like you got to think if 3-Eye Atlas blows by Earth and goes, "Damn, this is crazy," and then drives off.
What do y'all think about that?
I don't know enough about it. I've seen everything. I just can't keep up with it. There's so many stuff where it's like NASA's now not reporting on it, and they're like NASA is reporting on it.
Japan's got a picture now.
Yeah, no, it like apparently. So it's about to be December here in a sec. We're about to see it leave the solar system, and the biggest thing was the emissions coming off of this object don't make sense when you compare it to other like comets and things like that. It's changing colors. It's like it's emitting. Its comet tail is not behind the sun, ahead of the sun, so which makes no sense in the first place.
Which this is a Harvard guy too. This isn't like NASA, because I think NASA's come out and been like, yeah, that's all cap.
But when it comes to like you're talking about Avi Loeb,
yeah,
and he's the one who discovered the first Oumuamua, the first interstellar object that came through our solar system. He's come out and said the reason why he talks about these as like alien like inventions is just because you can get more funding. You know, you make it exciting, you make it cool, like you want like people like actually interact with it.
Yeah.
But through Atlas, it's still like it's interesting as hell, dude. Like they've recorded it at being over like what 4.5 or 450 billion years old.
What, through Atlas?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Like,
how would they even do
that's
that?
what I'm saying. How the hell they know that?
But it's like they're basically like talking about it. This
guy's just coming up with shit.
No. Either 4.5 or 450 billion years old.
I know they can see that it's made of an unusual alloy combination of nickel and something else that's the comet's not usually made out of.
Yeah.
Other concerns they have whether it's rapid or unusually brightening and outgassing. It's extremely non-gravitational acceleration, at least 13%. It should be going 13% faster or slower. It's tightly culminated jets and rotational issues, and it's gotten a tremendous amount of high CO2 levels and chemical weirdness to it, is what they say.
Chemical weirdness.
I mean, that's whatever it is. It's like
cosmic ray bombardment over 1 billion years may have altered its outer layer, making it transformed into a relic that's hard to trace back. But yet again, it doesn't say how they know this.
Yeah.
And my thing is, okay, if you look at it just mathematically, of course, we're not the only humans. Have you heard of the Drake equation?
Well, like before we get into that, I'd love to be an astrophysicist and just throw random shit out there and see what sticks. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude,
like someone could be like, possibly, but what I'm thinking is.
But okay, so Avi Loeb was on Joe Rogan like recently, and he was just talking about, okay, this is not a knock on Avi Loeb, but I got invited to parties, and I was telling these directors on what kind of movies they could make. And you're just thinking like, okay, this guy is like, he's living in the limelight. He's got 15 minutes of fame. You'll say whatever you need to say. When it comes to funding, these people are very, very competitive. So if you can say we have aliens involved in this, why not?
Yeah.
You know,
take it.
Yeah, take it. Run with it. Because it's just whatever it is. It's like all you did was whoever your funding agency is. Oh, like this person's getting a lot of views, a lot of clicks. It's no different in social media.
Yeah,
this person's going to get a lot of interaction. So let's give them more money for their research.
Okay, I've got an anti-alien take that we were talking about earlier. Do you guys think, like we were talking about, they're going to release the Epstein files in the near future? We were mentioning, and LD had mentioned, this would be the perfect time to bring up some alien stuff. Release a photo of one of them.
I'm not going to lie. If I was Trump, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
I'd be trying to take all that attention off me. I'd be like, y'all want to see about aliens?
Y'all want to know about these aliens?
It's like, I know you guys read the Epstein emails. However,
well,
what about this picture?
What about this?
Hashtag Bubba. Hashtag, oh my God. Dude, I would, any type of heat I have on me, I would try to be like, get it off of me as quickly as possible. Talk about aliens, talk about whatever I need to talk about. It's just even back to that, like, what do you think?
You'd be like, what about those pictures, Donald? You'd be like, what about these pictures?
What about these?
We got the Greys, we got the reptilians.
It's a picture of Mark Zuckerberg. It's a reptilian. Dude, that's another crazy thing. It's like once
this is actually Bubba, and sucking is how they greet each other there.
we're cultural people here.
Yeah.
No, dude, it's just crazy to think about. I can see. You're in so much shit that you just like bring out like, hey, by the way, we know where the Ark of the Covenant is made by these Anunnaki or like whatever planet like they want to talk about, because it's just, this is one of those things that it's in the zeitgeist now. We can talk about aliens and not look at, like, we're not looked at as crazy anymore just because there's.
Well, I think it's transferring, right? Like most political issues, more people are starting to believe it, so it becomes less of a theory. Just kind of like the lab leak theory. If you say the lab leak theory at the beginning of COVID, people are like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's like, if you don't believe that, you haven't looked at the facts.
Was it Jon Stewart who went on, who's that guy's?
Yeah, he did. And he was like,
Colbert, and they were like,
yeah.
Colbert was over there sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, they got a
This
lab
isn't
right
funny.
there.
It's named
You believe
COVID,
that?
Wuhan Institute of COVID.
That's the same. That's
Crazy
the same guy.
coincidence.
Crazy
He
coincidence.
had Colbert had a lady on from CNN, and she was like, "Well, I think we're pretty fair and balanced and a reputable resource." And then the audience starts laughing. She's like, "That's not a joke." And Stephen Colbert was like, "Next topic."
No, it's just one thing because the way Jon Stewart talked about the COVID, like, oh, so you're saying a bat flew from the woods and like fucked a pangolin, and then the pangolin fucked like a human being, and that's how.
the South Park episode.
Yeah, so it's just like Occam's razor is like the story that makes the most sense is probably true. Like the least amount of like BS that goes into the story is probably true. Like
The simplest solution
yeah,
is the solution.
you have
Which the
Wuhan-
stuff that they feed us nowadays
Yeah, I mean, dude,
to hide it, it's like, come on, dude.
it's like okay, so
Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
yeah, he did.
Sabuku. You're gonna have to write that down. You're gonna have to edit that out. Pause right here.
Sabuku at 41.
All right. Who's got the next story? It's not me. LD, you got one more? You got anything else in you?
I have one, but it's a long tie to aliens.
Okay. Well, we did.
tough.
Tell us about
I got a
tell us
story
about the blind girl. Yeah.
But you're gonna have to edit that to when I was talking
Yeah.
about the blind school, like. So
I'll
because I was gonna try to get it in there.
I'll throw
but-
you the alley oop.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll do the blind school and like whatever.
All right. 3, 2. We were talking about astral viewing earlier, and you guys were calling it remote viewing. Just
Yeah.
the same thing. Like, are there people out there protecting? Can you see stuff? Speaking of people that may be blind, you had a funny blind story, LD.
Yeah, I did. So I'm on the dating apps nowadays, and
DMs are open.
DMs are open. Yeah, I was on a dating app, and I came across what I'm 98% sure this girl was blind on here. Reason being, most of her pictures were with her eyes closed, and then the ones with them open, they were rolled back in her head. So it looked like she looked like the Undertaker on here. So then,
And you didn't like that?
well, here's the thing: she was kind of sassy on there. Like, you know, on the little prompts, it was like, if you click me, you better have a date planned and all this other stuff. I'm like, girl, you.
Well, time out for the women out there. There's a lot of times where men swipe right and they have nothing planned. They're like, so what do you want to do? It's like, damn, what do you want me to do?
We don't even know if we're gonna match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, so it raised a bunch of questions for me. Like, first off, how does one who's blind have a dating app?
Who's replying?
yeah, they all.
The dad
Yeah, I'm
is
thinking like they have to have a friend that's helping them set this up.
The phone's got to say what you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Like, somebody's got to help you get these pictures on there, which if whoever did this girl's pictures, like, put some glasses on this girl.
Statistically-
You got her over here looking like the Undertaker.
Someone
So
on
what is she
TikTok.
actually looking for in a partner if you can't see the face?
Let's calm down. Time out. If the person was blind, or if anyone knows how people that are blind use Tinder or Hinge, we'd love to know about that
Or
in the
even a
comments.
cell phone, like, because unless they use, a
voice.
All right.
touch phone.
I gotta look this up. Continue your story.
Yeah, because I need to know this. So if anybody in the comments knows how they use a iPhone, I'm very curious.
Yeah. Bi-curious? No, I'm kidding.
No, not that.
We're gonna cut that out.
Not that.
Cut that out. Cut that out. Time out.
I actually have a police story that I have about a blind person that has just been triggered.
Okay, so you
Sorry.
you can
I'm
say
so
that
sorry.
you can say that story after you get done with the blind girl story, but resume it where this girl had sassy comments and whatnot, and we're wondering how a girl uses a phone. You said tell the comments and blah 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 how blind people, if you know, tell us in the comments how they use a phone, and then begin it at 3, 2.
Yes, 3, 2, 1. So she was. I wasn't even going to bring this up, but she was kind of sassy in the comments. You know, she was like, if you click right on, click check on me. That's how you do it on Hinge. You click the check. You better have a date planned and all this other stuff. And I'm like, girl, getting a little aggressive there. But I was curious. Like, a bunch of questions started running through my mind.
Yeah.
One, how did you get on here?
Yeah.
Because somebody has to help you with those pictures. Which whoever helped her with hers needs to be fired.
That must have been her dad.
All,
dude.
I don't
Must have
know.
been her dad.
All of her eyes are closed, and the ones with them open, like, put some glasses on her.
Yeah.
Like, come on, help her out.
Yeah.
And who's choosing the men for her? Like, how does she know?
Is the phone visually describing what you look like?
But I mean, I don't know how I don't even
Can
know
you
how they
imagine?
use, iPhone. Now that you think about it,
What would your
there's not like Braille on it unless they're using a flip phone.
What would your visual description be? This man has motion.
This man is him.
And this man is him.
But yeah, if anybody in the comments could answer that question.
According to Grok, the way that blind people use phones is that they have screen readers that can read what's on their screen when they get to the correct screen. They also have gesture-based navigation. When they go to their screen, it'll say like password, and you have to put in the password, and then it'll say open, and then you can voice command it from there. So a lot of people use voice commands and assistants. And they also have typing inputs that have visual feedback. So when you hit T on your keyboard, it says T on your keyboard.
Well, what happens whenever you're like, does this picture look good? Well,
I just asked.
They didn't have that tech back then.
So apparently this is already established for Hinge and Bumble. They have, if you triple click the side button or the volume key, it will turn on the phone reader. Then the screen reader reads name, age, distance, job, education, prompt and answer, photo description, if any. And then you can link it to your social medias. But there are ways to do it, and they have built-in features. So shout out ADA compliance of these two dating apps, Bumble and Hinge. You go.
There we go. So how does this baddie that you want to crack
Stop.
connect?
Dude, to finish the story, LD.
I mean, that's basically it. I didn't.
Oh, you matched with a girl that just...
No, I didn't match with her. I just saw her on there.
So did you swipe right?
I have
and
photos.
Did she match
I
with you
snatched
or
it.
no?
Yeah, dude, I love that you come with receipts.
Yeah,
Dude. I love
I
that
have
you come with
receipts.
receipts.
So you said you also had a funny story that you were going to tell about a police while you're looking that up?
Well, it was a story that triggered this. So it was this accident that happened over by school here in North Memphis.
Being a cop in Memphis.
Yeah, and this the car was totaled. It was a woman. She was picking up her child from school.
Yeah.
The little girl was in the back, and she hadn't moved. I mean, the back's like we had to get a tow truck for the car. And we're talking to him, trying to comfort him. And she told me, could you help my daughter get out of the car? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And she told me that she was blind. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I got her out, get her on the sidewalk. And I'm just asking, are you all right? Do you want me to get you some water?
Yeah.
And she just, next question she asked was, what happened? I was like, well, you got in an accident. She was like, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden my chest started hurting.
God. Okay, and she was blind driving the car?
No, she wasn't. She was the child that I helped to get on the sidewalk.
Oh.
So I got her out. I asked her,
Okay.
can I get you some water? Trying to comfort her because I mean she was in a serious car wreck, but she had no clue what had happened.
So I'm going to ask you, you have 6 senses. What sense would you want to lose for the rest of your life if you had to lose one?
Smell.
Smell is the closest tied memory to or the closest sense that ties it to memory, actually. And if you lose smell, you lose like 80% of your taste. So mine would probably be taste. I just really don't care.
Well, I mean, if you lose smell, you lose taste too. So
No,
I guess
if you lose smell, taste is a evolutionary factor of smell, or vice versa.
Hey, maybe you want to lose taste if you're...
Oh my God! Stop. Okay, mine would probably be taste. What would yours be, Brijesh?
Dude, I would probably have to go with taste too.
Sight? You said sight?
Yeah.
I'm legally blind.
Looking at blind.
am pretty doggone blind. I got contacts in now, so I'm a part of the community.
Yeah,
There you go.
Same here.
ADA compliant.
Yeah, and
ADA compliant.
And one of my favorite Marvel superheroes is Daredevil. So
Dude, Daredevil. Are you happy they're making he's making a comeback now? He's going to be in the Marvel
yeah.
movies.
Speaking of a real Daredevil, you've got an ad read.
I do have an ad
then
read.
I'll talk about-
Shout out. Call WCWS Law Firm today. Our expert attorneys are here to make the process smooth and stress-free with services like selling estates, managing wills, resolving disputes, handling trusts, and guiding you through every legal detail. Based right in the heart of Memphis, we're your local probate pros. Reach us at 901-523-1844 or visit WCWSlaw.com now. That's WCWSlaw.com now.
Listeners, I know that you have actually reached out to this law firm because I hear about it. However, if you could mention us as the referral that you were referred from this podcast, we would appreciate it for our metric tracking.
We would really appreciate it.
And we also are open for any other ads that are out there. We also want to plug that we're running a contest right now that as soon as we either reach 1,000 followers on TikTok a 2,000 followers on Instagram or 1,000 followers on what am I missing? I messed it up already.
No. Okay, so the contest we're running, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, 2,000 followers on Instagram, and 1,000 followers on TikTok.
And if one of those hits, whatever someone is following one of the podcast social media accounts, so you can enter this contest 3 times on TikTok, Instagram, or the third one, YouTube.
Yep.
Ring that bell as a subscriber. We will put all the names of all the users into the hat. You will have 24 hours to get back to us when we get to it, and you will win a free dinner if you're a local Memphis resident at the top of the Bass Pyramid with Brijesh and myself. And if you do not live in Memphis, you will be mailed a rack of rendezvous ribs FedEx at my personal expense. And you will have the opportunity to come on the podcast, whether that be virtually on Zoom or in person.
And back to the podcast. If we're going to end off with like a story, so we talk about aliens being real or not real. There's no evidence here or there, but there was one photo, and this was called.
We're leaving that in. What was that? Chat.
Is that a barking spider?
Chat is Brijesh cooked.
So
Somebody step on a frog.
back to the podcast.
Oh man, it's so bad, Brijesh.
Oh God, dude, please.
What? Tell your story.
I'm
Oh, you're breathing in and out.
Another reason why I'd like to lose my sense of smell.
Brijesh, tell your story.
So, dude, you can't force me.
I hope there's not an aftershock.
This is from Abu Ghraib. This is what happened to Abu Ghraib. This is what's happening. Okay, so back to so we're talking about evidence. So I'll leave a picture right here. So this incident's called the Calvin UFO photo. So right here, you see it, right?
And you'll put this on the so
Yeah.
everyone can see it.
So you see it too, right?
This is great podcasting.
That's like textbook UFO.
Yeah. So you see the fighter jet in the back and everything. So this happened in 1990. Two hikers in I think they were in Wales or like northern UK, and they took this photo. And back then, like you know how we like joke about it now, like we have these high def cameras and we can't take photos for the life of us. So they took this photo. They had prints, like negatives made of it too. And basically, as soon as it hit the government or the DID or the Defense Institute Department of the UK, they basically started like blowing it up and started studying it as much as they can. The original people that shot the photo, they weren't killed. They would have been killed in the US. But they were basically like forced to sign NDAs to where like you can't talk about this or you're going to jail for the rest of your life. And long story short, they went through every single metric. Like now we have AI, and it's kind of hard to like tell you like if this is real or not. But back then they went through like, hey, was this image placed here? Was there some type of tampering done? No tampering was found. There's been no conclusive evidence that anything has been done or like altered in this photo. And it came out that this is the picture I just showed you is the most accurate, and like to this date, there's no other photo that like comes close to the resolution that this photo has of proving that there's an unidentified object flying around in our skies. And this happened in the UK.
In 1990.
In 1990. And that's like the biggest, like when I was in the UK here like a couple weeks ago, they were like, oh yeah, aliens only visit the US, which isn't true. Like I think biggest reason why we have so many alien sightings is because we have so many special aircrafts that fly all the time that we like test and that people like kind of confuse, like the SR-71.
Well, we were the first to have the nuclear plants as well, right?
Yeah, first set of nuclear plants, the B-2 bombers, like all these like planes look like alien ships.
Because the first time they started seeing them was what, in the 40s?
40s. As soon as we dropped the first nuke.
That just depends. Brijesh and I, when we did our Ancient Aliens first episode, which you haven't seen that, turn off this episode and go watch that, then skip back to here. We talked about one where they had a UFO hit a windmill in like 1459 or something like that.
1861.
No, it wasn't. It was not 1861.
It was 1861.
No, it wasn't.
We can look this up later.
I will. No, I'm going to look it up right now.
But this happened in 1861, and my immediate thought was they're not sending their best and brightest. Dude, like, how do you have an intergalactic spaceship that can fly through dimensions and you hit a fucking windmill? Like, you are not, like, you're not sending your best and brightest to...
Either that or, you know, they had some rogue guys. Who knows?
Yeah.
They probably weren't supposed to be in there.
Yeah. They're taking our jobs. They're taking our jobs. But, like, yeah, back to this photo. This is probably, like, the most conclusive photo I can show you right here on the pod of an actual alien aircraft. That by the UK's own admission that this was not recreated. This was not nothing was done to it. That this is an actual UFO. Pilot or a UFO spacecraft.
Did you find the date?
Yes, we're both wrong, but it did happen.
It was
it happened in April 14th, 1561 in Nuremberg, Germany. Okay, where cylinders, crosses, and black rods appeared to be coming out of a mothership, and one of them hit a windmill.
No. We talked about this. It was the 15th.
I just looked it up.
No. You're talking about, just look up the windmill. The windmill alien.
I did. That's what it says in this article.
Because we talked about that. Okay, so that's another thing. You know how you're talking about Book of Enoch? Mm-hmm. So back then, this was like an actual aircraft fighting each other in 1561 in Nuremberg, Germany, where people recorded there's something going on, crosses, spheres, everything fighting. Planes were going, or not planes, aircrafts were going down.
Chat, you tell us who's right and wrong.
We'll look up the 1861.
No, we won't. No, we will not. You told us we weren't.
There's a famous one. It was 1861.
That's what I said.
It was 1861. Aurora, Texas is where the UFO incident happened.
Okay.
And then 1561, you're right too. The sky battle.
So we were both right and both wrong.
No, I was right.
What is
What's
this?
going on, dude?
Grok came on the line on there.
You're both
the better
right.
question
You're both
is
right.
when I go on Grok, Brijesh, because we share a Grok account, why is the sexy voice always turned on? That's what I have. We're leaving that in because I have to address that with you live on air for everyone else that's home.
Yikes.
Yikes is
What
right.
What did you say?
Time out.
Talk to me, dirty Grok.
What did you talk about?
Exactly.
What did you talk about?
Describe me the Nuremberg battle that Jimmy's referencing, but say it's sexier.
Yes, honey.
All right.
No. What did you talk about? Those dating sites or ADA or what did you say?
Oh, they will if LD sent a sexy message, it will voice read it on the phone in Alexa's voice.
So what did you call it? It was like
A screen reader.
No. They're compliant. They're AD compliant.
ADA compliant, Americans with Disability Act compliant.
So is Grok, dude. I was just making sure it was also
Okay.
ADA
Got
compliant.
it. You're just testing it for the blind.
Just in case. In case.
Let's wrap. Thanks for tuning into the Ancient Aliens episode. We've got one final question, which is I'll start with LD and we'll work our way to me. What is your favorite alien movie and why?
MIB 2.
Men in Black 2.
Men in Black 2.
What's your favorite Men in Black, Brijesh?
It has to be the first one. For me, it's got to be the first one.
You know, it's actually kind of tough between 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Who's
they
your
were really
favorite
good.
character in any of the Men in Blacks? And you have to say their name from the movie, not the actor that
Definitely
played them.
Jay.
No, you can't say Jay.
Definitely.
It rhymes with Jay. You say the other one.
They're all letters.
They're all letters.
All the agents are letters.
Agent A.
Oh my
Agent
God.
WS.
K would be Tommy Lee Jones' character.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
your favorite movie?
So my favorite movie is Event Horizon.
I hate that movie.
I
You
don't
made
know
me
why you
watch
hate
it.
I
It's
don't know
so
why you hate
bad.
it. I don't know why you hate it.
So
It's
bad.
so good. It's so good. It's
Have
so
you
good.
seen this movie, Event Horizon?
I haven't.
In the middle of this movie, someone is holding their eyeballs that they gouged out, and they're saying ancient Latin, and their bodies are torn to shreds, like it's Hellraiser or like Jason or something.
So basically, the ship, we discovered new technology. We have a new warp gate. So what this consists of is a black hole that helps us jump our ships into whatever region. This one got lost in Jupiter, and they sent a retrieval team that got on board the ship. And what they discovered is this black hole was actually a portal to hell, and all the demons were coming out of it.
And the ship is sentient, and it wants to open the portal.
Yeah. So
Into their
I mean,
universe.
dude, it just got freaky very quickly.
So the villain's the ship?
Yes,
The
the
villain
villain
is
is the ship,
That's where you lost me.
which seduces the guy who's the main guy. That's the scientist in Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
and
and-
Lawrence Fishburne is also in this movie.
Can you
And
imagine?
is the person that's we got to get off this shit.
So you have no. It's you basically you created a Hellcat, right? From hell. From hell.
Yeah.
And then your Hellcat is talking sexy to you. Oh my God, LD.
Speaking
Okay,
like Rock.
stop.
LD.
Stop.
LD.
This is not a Christine.
Don't let them destroy me,
this is
LD.
a- no.
LD, don't
Seduced by
let
a
No.
ship.
LD, don't let them destroy me.
Stop.
I'm a V8.
Yeah.
Stop. No, you're making this sound like it's Christine, the movie with Stephen King and stuff. Okay.
But it was, it's absolutely grotesque, but it was also
Is that why you like it?
yeah, because it's that and The Fourth Kind was
sick.
Have you seen The Fourth Kind?
I know what the fourth kind is, but no, I haven't seen that one.
Don't waste your time watching it. It's absolutely demonically hellish. It's basically, say at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're living a normal life. You get off your shift or whatever, right? You're just hanging out. 3:00 in the morning.
Is that the one with the girl from Resident Evil?
Maybe. I think it probably is. She sees an owl, and the owl is actually the alien looking at her. And at 3
And it's supposed
o'clock,
to be like based on a true story or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, I've been wanting to see that one.
Okay, then I'm not going to ruin it for you. But
Don't ruin it for me. I want to watch
it's
that one.
like it is.
But it's one of those you got to pay for. It's not on any streaming services.
No, it should be on YouTube. It's free on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was one of those movies where, like, once you like watch it, you can't just stop thinking about it because it's.
I can't believe you did.
Dude, I can't ruin it for you.
I can't believe you didn't see Interstellar. You didn't say that.
You haven't seen Interstellar?
No, he's seen it. He just didn't say that. That's like
Well,
one of his
no,
favorite movies.
like I don't see that as like an alien.
Don't let me go.
How do you not see that as an alien?
No, because it's like even
There's no aliens?
even the
You're
poor.
saying we are the aliens?
Yeah, that's what they were saying at the end. That's the conclusion.
All right.
You could say Avatar then if that's the case.
My favorite
Some blue baddies.
movie. My favorite alien movie is Prometheus, and I love Idris Elba's character in it.
Idris Elba.
What did I say? Idris Elba.
Idris.
Well, we'll keep
Yikes.
that. I'm going to get
Yikes.
roasted in the chat for that. But yeah, I really like that movie. There's a theory in the movie is Charlize Theron's character actually a android. The android poisons the man in the movie and technology betrays humanity in there, whatnot, and then it ties Alien and Predator
Could be
together.
a synth.
It's a what?
Could be a synth. That I'm guessing since you're an Alien fan, you've watched the new series.
I have not seen it. Is it any good? What's it called?
Predator.
Alien Earth.
Alien Earth. I'll have to check it out.
No, it is pretty good.
My honorable mention will be They Live with Roddy Piper, the John Carpenter movie. Not to be confused with The Thing. John Carpenter is one of my favorite
Yeah, I know.
directors.
I got another one.
All right, what's your honorable mention?
Mars Attacks.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Mars Attacks.
There's not a shot in hell. There's not an Ice Cube's chance in hell that Brijesh has ever seen when Mars attacks.
If you haven't seen When Mars Attacks, you got to go see it. You got to watch that one.
The best part is who's it? Jack.
That's how they talk.
Jack Nicholson. He has two characters in that movie. But he's like an oil tycoon that lives in Vegas, and he's also the president of the United States.
Okay, sweet. And this is the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
All right, you got any honorable mentions? Prometheus,
We got Prometheus,
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
So you admit that it's an alien movie?
No, it's not. It's not. Fourth Kind is.
I don't think Interstellar counts as an alien movie.
I think it counts as a movie.
I think it counts as a space movie.
What about that poor guy in Interstellar where they're like, "How long have you been gone?" He's like, "Years."
Oh, dude, why didn't we talk about E.T.? E.T. is a really,
E.T.'s a shitty movie.
Yeah,
I don't
E.T.'s
like E.T.
whack.
No, I liked E.T. I watched it for
It's
first
because
time.
you're built like E.T.
You're
Damn.
built like E.T. right now, too. Oh, my
Damn.
God. We're going to cut that part out.
No, we won't.
Oh, my God. But yeah, so that was that roast.
They're gonna start. I hope people start making memes
Cut that-
of you
cut
doing
that
the
out.
finger.
Cut it out right now. Cut it
Yeah,
out.
if anyone is really good with Photoshop, we'd really hate to see Burjesh's face photoshopped on
with a
E.T.'s
lit up
body.
finger.
Wait, no. E.T.?
Yeah, exactly. That's why the movie. It's kind of like watching the people they're supposed to be on the moon to bring it all back to center. It's like ridiculous to now watch E.T.
It is. I mean, if you're looking at it like the Michael Bay movies or anything like the CGI from like 15 years ago, you look at it like it's BS.
Or if like the alien dies, the kid dies. Get the hell out of here.
I mean, come on, it makes sense. It makes
No,
sense.
it doesn't. That makes no sense.
It was a talk. It was, you know what, it represented what was going on in the political sphere.
Who is the
If
girl?
you have an illegal alien, keep them safe.
Who's the girl that's the redhead in Charlie's Angels? Because she's the one
Drew
that
Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore is in.
Yeah, that's
E.T.
as a child,
She's
yeah.
a child.
Yeah. Also, side note, Drew Barrymore was like a party freak when she was young.
Okay, Brijesh, we're gonna cut that out.
Why would we cut that out? Why are we cutting that out?
Because why would you say that?
Well, she wasn't party.
What
freak.
if she sues you and says that you?
No, but Keanu Reeves helped her like get out of her like
Okay,
transition out
then
of
leave
that.
it in. I don't care. All right,
We love you, Keanu Reeves
has been,
and Drew
this has
Barrymore.
been Ancient Aliens, Lucky Lotus FM. You can find us on Spotify, Podcast, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. What am I missing?
You didn't say Rumble, did you?
No, Rumble.
And so that's been episode 31. LD, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
LD,
me.
thanks for coming on. Former Memphis cop. If you haven't watched that episode, go back and watch that
It
episode.
was
Check
an
out our
awesome
clips.
episode.
Like, subscribe, comment. If you leave a funny comment, we will read it on the pod.
We will, we
Such
will.
as the person that says LD knows nothing about Sallyport after being a Memphis police officer for years.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was fun, wasn't it?
All right,
Hey, my
everybody.
boys in blue came and backed me though.
They did.
They came and backed me. They were
100%
like, "Yeah,
did.
it is."
Thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been episode 31.
We love y'all. Y'all have a great night.
Ancient Aliens 2.
Bye.